Let me ask you this. Everybody works hard. Everybody trains hard as shit. But not everybody wins. I think it's when athletes perform really hard for a really prolonged period of time. I think that's when they start to win. And that can only be possible with a routine. Recovery is a massive part of your routine, right? So your routine and your recovery is fundamental for your improvement as a boxer. You might see boxers in the gym who are good. You know, they're technically sound, they're amazing, they're really good boxers. But you see, they're kind of slacking off. You know, they don't warm up right, they might not cool down right. You know, they're not taking care of their sleep. You know, they're not taking care of their nutrition. They're not challenging their brain. How long do you think they can sustain that? My guess is not very long. So if you don't recover properly, you won't be able to perform at 100%. The top boxers in the world spend thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, if not millions, on their recovery and their routine and their diet optimization. What makes you think that? You think they're stupid? Nah, I think they just know something that we tend to not look at. You know what I mean? It's like, they're definitely not much more capable than you. If they can do it, so can you. And lucky for you, for us broke-ass boxers, I'm going to give you a recovery protocol that will help you recover better. You know, in my gym, there are only about 2 or 3 boxers that I can see are like, okay, they take this shit serious, and they're the ones who win. They're the ones who, like, really win. Why can't we strive to be more like them? Of course we can, right? Okay, first of all, disclaimer. My idea with videos like this is not to override you with scientific information, because guess what? Nobody understands that. I was the dumbass fighter looking at these dumbass coaches not understanding a single piece of information. Why? Because it was just yap. It was just scientific yap. And we already got enough brain damage, bro. I don't understand shit. Deadass. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a protocol that's worked for me, and I'm going to back it with science. Let's get into why your recovery is so important. Let's say you're 18, 19, 20, 17, 16, whatever, right? Let's say you're young. Right now, your recovery is at its peak. Let's be honest. But let's say you get to 25, 30, 35 as an athlete. Your recovery is not going to be up there. Take it from Myris Raiders. He said the same thing after fighting Jaya Pattaya.
I think with Jaya Pattaya was more difficult. Why? Because when I fought with Alexander Usyk, I was more younger. Difficult is when you have a year, like around 39, 30, 40, then your recovery go very, very slow, and this is the most important for all the athletes who train.
Recovery plummets. So what makes you think when you get to 25 and 30, you can just somehow magically click your fingers and have the amazing recovery routine? You won't. You have to start planting the seeds now. You need to start building systems in place so that when you do get to 25 and 30, you have optimal recovery, if not better than what you have right now. Why? Because you've put the systems in place for you to have great recovery. Makes sense, right? You're not just gonna fucking wake up at 25, okay, now I want crazy recovery. It's not gonna happen. It doesn't work that way. You need to start planting the seeds now. And one thing I will fucking mention is, bro, your recovery is a massive part of your training regimen. Let's get into the actual video now. Now, recovery is not what you think. What do you think recovery is? Rest, sleep, you know, spending time away from the gym, just resting. I heard that shit too. And I did that, and guess what? 3 days later, I was still sore. I was thinking, why the fuck is this? Why is this happening to me? Because I'm resting all right. I'm not sparring. I'm sleeping. Okay. No. Recovery is a lot more than that. Recovery is a little more complex, but it's pretty simple. Recovery is a lot about your nutrition. If you're not fueling yourself properly, you're not going to be able to replenish your body. You're not going to be able to replenish your muscles. They won't be able to go again at 100%. Recovery is about your sleep. Recovery is a lot about your overstimulation and about your cognitive load. Recovery is also a lot about your stretching and sleep. So you see, recovery is all in all about 3 things that can really help you recover better right now, as of today, and you can implement these steps today. Let's break this down into segments, okay? Let's talk about nutrition. You need to be eating enough carbs, bro. If you're eating shit food, ultra-processed shit, cakes and pancakes and chocolate. Now, don't get me wrong, those are good, but do you really think you'll be recovering to the fullest if you just eat cakes and just pancakes 24/7? Fuck no, right? Of course not. Of course not. So have a balance. Have whole foods, and then maybe you can add on a little cake. You know, maybe then you can add on some pancakes. What I like to do is I have whole foods, and just as like a side, because I got a sweet tooth, I'll have some pancakes. You know, have some fruit. Have a fuckload of carbs, because all of our training is on carbs. Your bag work, your running, your shadow boxing, your squat, everything just runs on carbs. It's the basic fucking fuel your muscles need. All this ketogenic diet, it won't work for us, bro. I'm sorry, G. It will not work for us. Nutrition is a lot about finding out what works for you. I like milk on sparring days. it doesn't give me any problems. But I have friends who that doesn't really suit their body. So, you know, try to experiment with things that truly gel with you, because you only need to find the perfect routine once and then you can build on it, right? It's not like you have to figure out a whole new routine every single day. No. So try to experiment with things. Okay, if you see milk fucks you up, okay, don't drink milk. But me, I like milk. Like, for example, I don't like eating pancakes before sparring because it makes me feel heavy, right? But before, let's say, a really hard conditioning session, like an assault bike session, I like my pancakes. Why? Because I think it gives me fuel. You see? And a bonus tip, try to stick to whole foods. Okay, have rice, have chicken, whatever. Have some carbs, have some meat, whole foods. Okay? If you really want to eat pancakes or some shit like that, try to make it at home. For example, I make my pancakes at home, I make with eggs, with fucking flour and milk. Just whisk it up, throw some butter on a pan, just like make some fucking pancakes, you know? Now, that's nutrition wiped off. So now we've fueled our bodies the right way. Okay, we've avoided shit food, ultra processed food. We've tried to incorporate some sort of whole foods. Let's talk about cognitive load. Fuck does that even mean? Let's divide it into 2 segments, okay? First is reducing overstimulation. Very quickly, I'm gonna make a video on this later on. But very briefly, reducing overstimulation. What the fuck do you think it means? What do you think it means? Don't overstimulate yourself. Don't be out here scrolling all the time, scrolling before sparring, scrolling after sparring, scrolling before training, after training, scrolling before you go to bed. It's whatever, you wind down when you scroll. Fuck no, fuck all that. Don't be a constant dopamine fiend. Don't be overriding your dopamine receptor so much to the point where you can't even pay attention. Right? Because the thing is, when we spar as boxers, when we train hard, our bodies and our minds are in a constant state of fight or flight. And when they are in this state, a lot of pressure builds up. And when you don't give yourself enough time to wind down and you keep scrolling, being in front of blue light, that your brain doesn't get to rest. You know what I mean? And especially if you scroll before bed, that's going to impact your sleep. Right? So you're going to wake up the next day feeling mentally drained, physically drained. Chances are if you're feeling mentally drained, you're going to be physically drained. Now I know there's going to be this one fucking guy watching the video be like, oh no bro, I scroll before sparring, I scroll before my fights, I'm chill bro, it helps me relax. So alright bro, get off the video. But for the rest of you still watching the video, reduce overstimulation. Number 2, forcing your brain to learn. You know, the easiest form of this is reading. I've got a whole stack of books with me right next to 8 books with me right here. I've got more in that drawer over there. Just read. 10, 20, 30 minutes a day is not going to kill anyone, man. If anything, it's the biggest forms of delayed gratification out there. So it's helping your brain recover. It's helping your brain wind down. And you're constantly having to focus on different words and it's improving your vocabulary. I think you should be, you ain't got to read fiction. You can just read something you're really passionate about. Let's say you want to read about getting a better sleep schedule. Okay, you read a book on that. Let's say you want to read about fucking your attention span. Okay, read Stolen Focus by Johan Hari. You want to learn about fucking changing your mind or changing your self-perception. Okay, read Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. You get the point. Number 2, cognitive stress. You constantly have to, if you don't want to end up having brain damage, bro, I think one thing you should look at is the shoulder table and these hand-eye coordination drills. Now look, man, I have not done too much research on this, but I saw Lomachenko do it, so I'm gonna do it, bro. I don't give a fuck. You can do the shoulder table. Hey bro, I don't give a fuck. The greats do it, so I'm gonna do it too, bro. I'm not asking no questions. Some hand-eye coordination drills with a tennis ball, some shoulder table. Lastly, let's talk about your stretching and your sleep schedule. Bro, get one of these. This is a foam roller. Just fucking stretch. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Before you go bed, 15 minutes before you go bed, have no phone. You can listen to music if you really want to. No phone, no nothing. Have a dim light, okay? Don't be in a very bright room. And just stretch. 15 minutes. There have been many studies that show foam rolling your muscles helps get rid of metabolic waste in your muscles, such as lactic acid. It's just the perfect time. And I've seen it myself, bro. Every single day that I don't stretch, I've been stretching consistently for about a year, 2 years now. Every single day that I don't stretch, I wake up stiff in my lower back and my legs. But every single day that I do stretch, I wake up the next morning and it's like some stress has been taken off my body. I wake up a lot freer in movement. I wake up a lot more flexible. And the days that I don't stretch, guess what? I wake up stiff, fam. I wake up like, fuck, did I just like wake up from shit? You know what I mean? Stretching also helps improve your quality of sleep. Why? Because it helps you relax. It helps you get into that mode of, okay, well, it's time to wind down now. You know, man, foam rolling is, I think it's a massive, massive thing, bro. I think every athlete should be fucking foam rolling before bed and having a decent stretching schedule. It doesn't have to be nothing crazy. Don't do none of this 45-minute yoga, nothing. 15 minutes goes a long way. There you have it, pussies. 3 actionable recovery steps that will help you recover better as a boxer today. Fix your diet, put yourself under some sort of cognitive load, reduce overstimulation, and stretch properly. Give these a go, be consistent for 2 to 3 weeks, consistent, and then you're gonna see the changes yourself, bro. I ain't even gonna have to tell you too much. You're gonna see the changes yourself. You're gonna say, oh man, now I can sort of have 2 sessions a day, maybe 3 sessions. But back in the day when I wasn't doing this, I would be done after 1 session. I was like, bro, that's it. Anyways, I promise, I give you my fucking word, bro. And thank me later. Hope this video helps you, man. Remember, where could this take you? Take it. See you, man.
I hear the bass rocking, I get the place popping. Can't stop me and I ain't stopping. Acting like they envy me, but I'm who they pretend to be. And when they ask them who inspired them, then they should mention me. I guess this shit was meant to be, I'm so legendary. I'm the original, could never be a better me. Tell Drake, go on stake and place a bet on me. If you need the job done proper, you should get on me. So many mini-me's, so many mini-me's.